Hi, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel. I'm working on a masculine card series to challenge myself to make some masculine cards. I don't know about you, but I always seem to have a problem with them. So I decided to put on a white piece of cardstock and just add some color to the background. And by doing that, I grabbed some blue ink, a paddle brush, and a stencil. And these are just some assorted size of circles. And I just moved that stencil around so I can cover the entire card front. So once I get done inking that, I really like it. And I decided I'm going to use that stamp set and do like a stamping collage. I've done some before, but I usually have a hard time because I try to use different stamps. So I'm using all the same stamps from the same stamp set, so that makes it a little bit easier. I'm trying to use some like kind of masculine neutral colors, and this is a very light brown called Oatmeal Cookie, and I'm just I did the full stamp impression, and then I did some generational stamping, which basically means I don't re-ink. I just put the stamps down over again until the ink runs out. And I'm doing that with black, blue, and also, like I said, that lighter brown. On this one, I wanted to use the black, but I didn't want to do the full impression black because I already did that on the globe. So I stamp off first, and then I stamp onto the white paper background. So you can see how it's a little bit lighter than that initial, or with that globe. And then I decided to grunge it up a little bit and add some of that blue ink and just kind of put some color around the edges, and especially really got into those corners. And I think that really kind of gives it a, I don't know if grungy is the right word, but kind of a vintage look. But I really do like that as well. So I'm really happy with that. I did add a script stamp at the last minute because that is one of my favorite stamps. I decided to mat this card front with some black cardstock. Now that's a piece of scrap black, so I'm going to trim it down so that the borders are a little bit more even, and I'm kind of eyeballing it, which I pretty much do with all of my cutting, which is probably why nothing is ever straight. So I had stamped the ship onto a kind of a fun label type shape. And as I'm building my layers, and you'll see in a little bit that I end up fussy cutting that out. But that black strip was just part of the cut down black cardstock that I just did. And then that kind of wonky scalloped edge, it's actually from a Cricut cut that I had done for something else. And that was the leftover pieces. And I keep a lot of that stuff because, well, it's just kind of a fun shape, and plus I'm a freak, I guess. I just keep everything. But that's over there on the side of my desk. I have like a little container of just kind of random bits and bobs and stuff. So I grabbed that. I inked it with that same blue ink to make sure it coordinated. And I just love the way this looks. I love that blue color as well because it's very subdued and almost like a grayish tone. So it's really, really pretty and masculine. I decided to layer all that on a piece of vellum, and I had a piece that was blue. So I just punched a circle, and you can see how I'm laying it all down. It looks so great. And then I'm going to add some neutral twine to that once I add all the little paper strips. So if you've ever worked with vellum, you know that anything that you put as far as adhesive is going to show through. So once I put the boat on, or the ship on, I put the adhesive on the back of where those papers show, so you can't see any adhesive when I adhere that to the card base. And I just use some a mixture of my double-sided adhesive and also some liquid glue to adhere those down. Now I'm tying the twine. I'm just tying it in kind of a simple knot over there on that left side. Now if you notice when I tug it, the card base kind of bends a little bit, and I do that because that way I know that the knot is tight. And I was going to put that double bow, and then I thought it was just too much and almost gave it a feminine look. So I took that off and I just did a double knot. You're going to see later that I ended up putting a bow on there anyways, but I did a single bow, and I just thought it looked a little bit less feminine, I guess. Kind of silly. But anyways, I just added adhesive to the back, and I'm going to add it to the card base, which is a neutral cardstock. I think it's called natural, or no, actually I think it's called like sandcastle. And I get most of my cardstock from Cut Cardstock .com. So I'll leave a link to that below, as well as my blog, and my blog will have a lot more like the name of the stamp set and the ink colors and things like that I've used, more information than what's in the information box below. So you can hop on over there to check it out. Now I am going to make a birthday card out of this, and I'm so used to the acrylic stamps that it's hard to go back to block, and you can see there that it did not look good. So, like I've learned from my friend Terry, that there's no mistakes in paper crafting. There's just opportunities to embellish. So instead of stamping happy birthday directly on the card, I stamped it on a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm just going to glue it or attach it right onto the card. And it actually adds a little something to it. Now, I kept this in because I thought it was kind of funny. I'm using my ATG gun and I'm putting adhesive, and I don't even know what happened to my strip. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it attached inside the ATG gun. Luckily, it peeled just right off, so it was no big deal. But I went ahead and adhered that on. I hope you do like this. I do post 2 videos a week. Of course, this week I'm going to do 7 days because I'm going to do all cards. But I do have at least one scrapbooking layout that I'll scrap during the week, because that is kind of my my routine, at least one scrapbooking, and then the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. And in this case, just happens to be these masculine cards, which is a challenge series that I've challenged for myself. If you decide to join me, please tag me at 3 Suns and a Star on Instagram, or Dorleen Durham on YouTube. But again, just kind of challenging myself to create something that I don't normally do, and add some more masculine cards to my card box, because there are plenty of times where I need one and I have to create one at that moment because I don't have them already available. But in addition to a couple of enamel dots, and this card is done. I super love it, and I hope you do too. And if you do, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and thanks again for watching. Bye.